You've got MAGA Republican Congress members getting booed at town halls in Iowa now by their constituents. In Ruby Red, Iowa, watch MAGA Republican Congresswoman Hinson get booed yesterday at her town hall. Play this clip.
I was also proud to vote for President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill last week. This is a generational investment. This is a general investment. This is your time. Okay.
Just the level of arrogance there as well by her. I want to bring in Kyle Kulinski from Secular Talk. We got to break this down together, Kyle, but I think there's some other data points we should look at as well. Let's not forget that on January 28th, 2025, a Democrat flipped a state Senate seat there that was a plus 21 Trump district there. The latest polls have the Democratic Senate candidate, Nathan Sage, leading Joni Ernst right there. And if you just listen, this is what I always tell people why I love your show, because you listen to your audience. Listen to what the people are calling for in Iowa. They're asking these MAGA Republican Congress members about impeachment because of Donald Trump repeatedly violating the law. Let's watch this, then you and I will chat about it.
President Trump and his cabinet, in addition to being totally unqualified and inept, are breaking laws by ignoring federal judges' orders. The checks and balances of our government includes Congress's responsibility to hold the executive branch accountable. My question for you is, when are you going to do the responsibility that you were elected for by holding the executive branch accountable up to and including impeachment?
Well, let me start off by saying that judges need to follow the law, and I don't think this country needs another impeachment charade. That's what we saw in the last Congress, and I voted no on that for a reason. Judges need to follow the law as well. And, what I think is important about the bill we just passed is we have a number of judges who have been activist judges and going beyond the scope of their district courts. And if you look at Congress's the laws that are on the books and Congress's role there, judges need to be following federal civil procedure. So our bill includes a provision that would make sure that they follow things like Rule number 65, which is what we've seen egregious abuses of by some of these judges recently. We have a bill called the Rogue Rulings Act, which would help to again reel this in. If someone is suing in a district court, they should be provided relief in that district court. It's not a nationwide court decision. It is a district court decision, and that is designed on purpose within our system. And so judges need to be following that law as well. As far as the checks and balances, Congress is executing its right to do that. We are using what's called the Congressional Review Act authority. We've used that in many cases already this Congress. When we don't like a rule or regulation introduced by an administration, Congress can use the CRA to do that. These votes, many of them have been bipartisan, and we have done that several times on rules that I think take our country in the wrong direction. Many of them are from the previous administration, but I don't care who's president. I'm willing to work with anyone to, again, make sure that we're respecting American citizens again. And 77 million Americans voted to make sure we are advancing these priorities. So thank you again for coming. We are out of time because I've got to get going to another stop in the district.
We're out of time, Kyle. Kyle, we're out of time. Her response was to attack the judges in response to that question. What do you make of everything I just showed, Kyle?
Geez, where do I begin? So, first of all, to that bill, it's just packed over $800 billion in Medicaid cuts, which would absolutely destroy this country. That's healthcare for low-income people, for disabled people. It's ripping that away from them. That would be an absolute catastrophe if it actually gets through. That bill is also massive tax cuts for the wealthy, blows up the debt and the deficit, while they functionally raise taxes on working people in that bill. So any defense of it whatsoever at this point just strikes me as flat out evil. Now, to that guy's point about impeachment, the real question at this point is, which thing do we impeach him over? Because we have so many things to impeach him over. It's going to be hard to pick just one thing to focus on. But if I had to pick just one thing, I would have to go with the emoluments clause The corruption is just through the roof. It's out of this world. I've never seen anything like it. Saying he's going to take a $400 million jet from Qatar. Could you imagine if Joe Biden did that or Barack Obama did that, what the reaction on the right would be? In his first term, he took $160 million from foreign countries while he was president. The fact that the impeachment conversation is not top of mind for everybody right now is just an abysmal failure. We got to get rid of this guy. We got to impeach him. He's got to be arrested. He's got to be charged criminally. This is untenable.
Well, Kyle, the Beltway class, they're too busy talking about who's going to be the next left's Joe Rogan. They're saying, is it going to be Ben? Is it going to be Kyle? And we're out there saying, we don't want to be that. Please just listen to what the people are saying in the town halls. The people are suffering right now. Speak to those issues. And that's what you do so bravely, courageously at Secular Talk, your YouTube channel. So talk to us just about that, Kyle, which is the biggest issues that are facing the American people are often the ones that the media is not talking about. All you have to do is show the clips that we just showed you. Yeah. And you don't have to be a political savant to say, you got to help these people. They want you to fight for them, huh?
Yeah. People want universal health care. They want higher wages. They want to raise taxes on the wealthy. They want a strong social safety net. They want to end all of Trump's insane warmongering and his threats with other countries and his trade war. To your point, you don't need a left's Joe Rogan. If anything, we should have an anti-Joe Rogan on the left. We don't need to trick people into supporting us. Just fight for the things that would actually improve people's lives. And then if you build it, they will come. And in this moment, there's a real opportunity bubbling there where you just need some leaders to step up, speak to the voice of the people. As you said, your AOCs, your Bernie Sanders, your Jasmine Crockett's, your Tim Walz. There are a lot of people who are stepping up now and who are surprising me in a positive way. I mean, you had Tim Walz calling ICE the Gestapo the other day. He said, this is Trump's Gestapo, he said. That's language that you wouldn't have heard previously, but it's about time that the Democrats took off the gloves and started telling the truth. Just tell the truth. And that's all we have to do.
It's such a bizarre thing when, you cover and I cover. I mean, when you watch Trump's speech at West Point and you see him talking about trophy wives and how he doesn't like stealth. And I mean, just anything he says in a given day, when you see the press conferences that he holds in the Oval Office, where he, will berates a reporter because she asks him a question about him being called a taco, that he always chickens out. The fact that it's YouTube channels like yours and ours and others in this zeitgeist that are the ones calling it out while corporate news is not, it just always shocked me because I'm like, don't you see it? Yeah, when Governor Walz calls him the Gestapo, it's because these people are literally waiting in front of courts while people are showing up to their immigration hearings and they're freaking disappearing them and they're sending them to concentration camps in El Salvador, in South Sudan, in Libya. And we're supposed to be cool with that. It's wild.
Democrats need to listen to your show, talk about the things you're talking about, listen to my show, talk about the things I'm talking about, because all we're doing is explaining what's actually happening in the country. On day one, Trump signed an executive order which functionally raised drug prices. He signed an executive order which allowed his cabinet to be corrupt and take money from whoever they want to take money from. I'm not doing anything novel here. You're not doing anything novel here. You are literally looking at what's happening and reacting in real time and pointing at it and saying, that's bad. Am I the crazy one? Did I take the crazy pills? Look at what's happening here. Why isn't everybody talking about this? This is incredible. We're watching the destruction of our country right in front of our eyes. And you're talking about finding a Joe Rogan of the left. Just talk about what he's actually doing and hammer him over it and build a positive agenda to counter the MAGA agenda. And then we win easy.
Kyle, there's a lot of intersection in our channels. When we mention you on our channel, people will comment. When you mention us on the channel, people will comment. But for some of our subscribers who this may be the first time being introduced to you, although I would think that that's in the lesser group of people here. Just tell people about your channel, what you started, and going forward, kind of what your overall goals are at Secular Talk.
So, I mean, I'm just a guy with a political science degree who took this up as a hobby in 2008, just giving my opinion on politics. Then in 2012, I started doing it full time, never looked back since. And what I do is very similar to what you guys do. I talk about the news, I talk about politics, I give my opinion. I'm trying desperately to drag this country back to sanity. I'm focusing a lot these days on ending Trump's corruption, ending his warmongering, getting our country back from these outright fascists. And that's what they are. They're fascists. And I'm just so happy to have people like you out here now who are in this fight, because it means it's been lonely out here for a while, but I'm happy to see you guys thriving and flourishing, because it can be a lonely space sometimes, and we need more voices like yours to really, change the trajectory of the country and get people riled up and ready to go and ready to fight back. I feel like that's been lacking for so long, and now we finally have some fight.
Well, you paved the way, Kyle. I want to remind everybody that your YouTube channel is called Secular Talk. If you're not subscribed yet to Kyle Kulinski's channel, Secular Talk, go there now, subscribe, say that MeidasTouch sent you. We got to do more of these duets together. I'll come on your channel. We'll figure out how to do more of these. Thanks, Kyle.
Would love to, man. Thank you very much.
And everybody, hit subscribe here and help us get to 5 million.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.